What's up, guys? I'm back with another backtesting video. I'm just gonna honestly jump straight into it because um we're just looking continuing from earlier today, and we are starting kind of midweek, so I might just finish this week. If we catch a couple trades, then I'll just I might just do this week, and the next week we'll see, depending on how successful these 3 days are. Um, yeah, off open. What are you doing here? We have this unmitigated daily gap that I would like to see as a potential draw going into market open. We open this bearish fair value gap and respect it on the hourly. Same kind of ordeal. Disrespecting bearish. Disrespecting bullish. Respecting bearish here. S&T on London high. In order to take a short, let's see a retracement, then bearish gap, and then a continuation model to London lows, previous session, London lows, and eventually we have previous day low that's also a really strong draw on liquidity here. These are almost relative equal hourly lows. I am using a mouse pad now because I broke my mouse. Was quite unfortunate here. Potential 5-minute continuation. I'd honestly be okay with taking it because it is sponsored by the 15-minute above SMT on London highs, so could potentially see something here. Nope. What do we do? SMT on London, not really in any higher time frame gap, but this is a pretty valid SMT because it just looks like we're rejecting. We have Asia above that we could be going for here. I want to see what happens, and if we ended up respecting this, probably like a 30-second entry that I don't really want to take here. We have this 1-minute fair value gap. Looks like we're respecting this gap. And on ES, we are inside this bearish gap, but kind of looks like we're displacing above it, and we are just SMTing these highs. If we perhaps so this gap, and then we push lower as well. Yeah. Yeah. This is targeting high resistance, unfortunately, but I do actually see this playing out if we play it into, yeah, okay. So we're still holding this SMT, playing off this 5-minute. This is high resistance, but I have draws lower here that I would like to see get hit. And this is more for testing for backtesting purposes, I guess you would say. So obviously we have this hard time from SMT, but one of my quote unquote mentors that I watch, PB Patty, stated that if your SMT is not in any higher time frame gap, then he doesn't really care too much about it. And in this case, it honestly is not in a key time frame that I care about. And these SMTs are in these 15-minute untapped gaps with an already very obvious London session SMT with strong draws lower, and then we're also re-respecting this 4-hour gap that we have a huge SMT on. Stop loss wise, kind of is hefty. Break even at that swing low. Go for the quick look, go 1-to-1 in it. Let's see. We'll see how this plays out. Pretty strong. We got that closure right, not there. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'm gonna chalk this setup up because this didn't really thing. We would be entering all the way down here. Um, I'm just gonna wait for another setup to be honest, because this stop is too big. But I did honestly, I still fuck with the fact that we are bum rushing to these draws here, and could possibly catch another continuation model. To be honest, I'm not too worried about not catching something here. 10 a.m. opens higher. We're right beside previous day low here. Clearly, that's going to be our draw on liquidity, but I want to see a retracement into some sort of gap. Please give me a retracement. 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 Wednesday, give me a retracement. Doesn't look like we're gonna get this retracement. No, man. Okay, well, we didn't get the retracement here. And we end up selling off even more. We are now tapped into this daily gap. I would love to see a potential mech model, but this is too big of a gap. I guess this was the only valid entry here, but this, like, you can kind of validate it by taking it from here, but man, stop is just way too big, too much risk. There's always a chance we just come, bang, but I could see someone taking this as an inversion, to be honest. To be honest. Do we have any more draws lower? Oh, we have this unfilled gap right here that we can still just draw to as well. But like I said, I want to see a big retracement now. So, can't really validate any shorts from here. It doesn't want to work. Okay, next date. Next day, next day, next day. Next day, next day, next day. Next day, next day, next day. Okie dokie, market open here. We're now inside of this New York opening gap, filling it in. Very solid draw. I want to see this get fully filled in, which we haven't on both indexes. We tapped in this 4 hour. I'm overall bearish going into market open here. I want to see a retracement, maybe sweep these highs, pushing us lower, filling in this gap, and sweeping out more liquidity. Simple as that. Boom, boom, boom. This is a play off this 15-minute gap, so it is sponsored. I don't think we did get our draw on liquidity. This sweep is not inside a higher time frame gap that I care about. Wow, we're just gonna fucking touch my draw on liquidity here. And we have fully filled in this gap. We have this untapped gap right here that we may want to draw to. Given that we get some sort of retracement here. Please give me a retracement. Please give me a retracement. Yo, he's begging the markets, bro. He's begging the markets, bro. Um, so what am I thinking about right now? 30-minute to no, this is 15-minute to a 5-minute to a 5-minute again. Plus, did we just generate equal highs, my dude? Nope, we did not, but we did tap into that more premium gap. playing off this. Here, this would be the close, right? Nope. Doesn't even want us to give, doesn't want to even give us this entry here. So we guess we did get our bullish draw. We edged the hourly gap, and our draws higher would be all these little highs. If we want to continue higher, we can possibly catch a continuation long here. Given that we create and respect some bullish gaps. 10 a.m. opens. Do we have news? I didn't check news. We have 8:30 news. Did we leave 8:30 news? We did not. 5 minute is sponsored, I would say, by that New York opening gap here. Please tell me there's a gap. There's no gap. How is there no gap, man? And we got, like, we have this 30-second that you can take. We also had this 30-second that was probably a better entry. Would this be a valid 30-second? I don't think it's invalid. Um, stop right here. Stop at the body. Accumulation manipulation to this 5 minute, which is theoretically sponsored. So it draws higher. Sponsored by this New York opening gap, super liquidity. What does 10 a.m. do? Nothing. 10 a.m. technically manipulates lower. Yeah. Firing. Firing the hole. If I get stopped out here, it is too premium of a. No, I don't think we really need to go all the way down here. Um, could be too premium though. That's my external high right there, swept. Unfortunately, have to go break even. Stopped out. Um, reassess here. Kind of in this accumulation zone. Okay, we clearly want to go for those low, for those highs. I just want an entry. If we perhaps get this continuation model. No. Possible Mac. Tapping into an unfilled hourly, sweeping out all my draws, leaving a bunch of unfilled gaps. Mac would be right there. Possible Mac opportunity. This is so annoying, man. Oh, 5 minute. 5 minute con to what? To nothing. To nothing that I like, because we just swept at all these highs. I would want to see a better retracement lower in order to push us higher. This is like an obvious liquidity. Okie dokie. Okay, next day has another break even that would have been a W, but honestly, that break even was out in my eyes. Um, we filled in this New York opening gap yesterday. 8:30 news. Um, versus gap. Expected this hourly. Swept this. Draw liquidity. But inverse this gap. Okay, so I'm kind of like iffy. I guess higher time frame you could say we're bearish because we're expecting these hourly gaps. Lower time frame, SMT on London lows inside of a nothing. Inside probably like I guess a 15 minute, not really. I could see this playing both ways to be honest. So one's gonna be wary. 8:30 news has been swept. Probably like a 5 minute con. I just want to know for what exactly though. Because these are, no, these are not now, not SMT lows. Okay, that would be the entry model here. If I want to go lower, what is my draw on liquidity? I would say these 15-minute lows. Is that a valid draw? Um, it's not a bad draw by any means, but we're also inside this 15-minute. Didn't really manipulate. This is not obvious manipulation to me. I guess we do have an SMT right here that's inside of hourly gap, and then on lower time frame, swept up this low. That is now high resistance, so I can't really take that. Um, okay, I am skipping a lot here, but bro, this is not price action. I want to trade. We inverse that gap. I can now validate shorts. We're kind of in a range here. That's a data wick, is it not? Oh, that is a data wick, but we leave data lows. I feel like if we leave data lows, nope. I don't know if like I'm not seeing something. This wasn't a valid inversion. It would have failed. This 3 minute would have worked, but I didn't really like it to be honest. We're targeting low resistance here. Guess higher time frame we're bearish, so could have played out. It wasn't really clear though. This was quick, kind of clear manipulation because we slept at this, but this also had SMT, so it wasn't really too clear to me. We still have these 5 minute high, unbalanced gaps now that we're just like kind of running away from. On the higher time frame, we have this daily low inside of this daily low that we're probably gonna sweep to be honest right now. Yeah, sweep inside of a valid gap too. Okay, this could be a valid mech model. That would have been the mech into, no, I would have to inversion of this gap right here, which doesn't even close. And then Wait. Oh, bro, this is actually so annoying. Um, what is ES doing? ES is really close to these. Oh, we slipped up those lows. Like this could be valid neck. I do see this playing out somewhat, but this is like, no, man. Okay. Damn, bro. I don't know what's going on with me, man. Okay. One W this week, one break even. Um, this is getting worse and worse. This month wasn't too okay. I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna be going to April now. I want to see better fucking either better price action or better trading on my end. So I'm gonna ultra lock in right now. I'm gonna do a couple more days. It's only been 22 minutes anyways. Um, yeah, we'll just see what goes on. Let's see what's going on here. We'll just push this up here. Okay, daily time frame. Inside this gap, swept out all this liquidity. Oh, this is not even the right session. Oopsies. Okay, daily time frame again. Very fucking bearish. Swept up this final draw, but we're just overall very bearish. We swept up all these lowers and draws. We could be seeing ways higher here. Kind of in a range here, I won't lie. We are in a poopy range. Still kind of bearish though. We don't need to go for these because we have an S&T. And this is just bullshit right here. I don't really want to trade in this. But we're going to see what's going on. Sweep of the external draw. I mean the external low. And Nasdaq just kind of looks like it wants to push lower. Unfilled 4 hour. There's a draw. That's almost for sure going to get tapped into. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to fucking take any of these draws. I don't really like a mech that isn't sweeping liquidity out. We have a 5-minute continuation model to literally no draws that I really like. 10 a.m. does nothing. I would love to see a continuation model higher. Granted, we inverse all these gaps here. So we're inside two bearish gaps, and ES is kind of already taking out our draws. Um, so I can't really take anything. We respect S&T and then kind of just going lower now. Our time from is bears still. I was gonna take a short perhaps. Yeah, we're gonna skip again. Boom, 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 boom. I want you S&T on these external draws inside of nope. Inside of a daily gap? Inside of a daily gap, then we're rejecting off of it. Tapped in this bearish gap. We We swept Asia low out though, so I want to see if we continue this bearish momentum. We do have this as a draw on ES. We have this untapped 4 hour, but this kind of makes me more bearish going into market open here. Nope. 3 minutes to the market open, low resistance on my stop. A resleep of this hourly gap, bum rushing lower towards all this low resistance liquidity, probably. But the thing is, we have an SMT inside this hourly gap for this, so this is still kind of high resistance as well. This we tap into. No significant gap that I care about. Inverse this gap as well. Left this 5 minute. That I would love to use as a, yo, these equal highs and lows, dude. Kind of bummy, innit? Okay. Um, I would have to wait anyways, but really, same news, sweep, on the gap. Oh my days, this is actually banging, I think. Okay, let's see. Higher time frame, we are bearish, but these should be high resistant because we have an SMT on them. Going to lower time frame here, kind of trading. This is kind of extreme internal trading right here. Time opens, makes this data wick. We sweep this data wick inside this gap. This is a swing high. Sweep data low, sweep this low, which is now an SMT technically, inside at the discounted 5. I think this plays out at least. This is like trading purely off for data high candle, but I think it plays out regardless. I'm not gonna do my stop there. This Loki does lack higher time frame. No, no. It lacks higher time frame. Freaking man. Frick, man. Yeah. For this trade, honestly, I just want to take a fucking trade so bad that I forced this entry. Won't even lie. Um, yeah, it was a strong close, but this is completely fading the higher time frame, whatever the higher time frame wants to do, and higher time frame is currently respecting this hourly. This is literally just a 5 minute continuation sponsored by nothing. So granted, this is actually ass. I just really want to take a trade. Is what it is though. Looks like we're gonna continue bearish here. We have these low resistant draws on the 15 minute. That we can trade into. Open up a 15 minute. Tap into the 15 minute. Tap into the 15 minute. Now we have so much low resistant draws on ES. Can we get a proper entry here? 30-second entry, closure, 30-second. Am I rushing to enter? Yeah, kind of. Okay, continuation move. This is way more higher time frame oriented. We're respecting this hourly. We did leave data highs above, but clearly we don't want to take those out. Draws on liquidity are all of these lows. Swept out this is my stop on 30-second strong closure of the low. And then these are all my targets right here. I don't know if I explain myself properly. Oh, hell no. Uh, Honestly, this trade specifically kind of hurts, bro. This one does not really feel like it should have lost. We're edging these low resistant lows, showcasing high levels of respect on the hourly. Mm, did we just enter a new gap or something? That's interesting. Okay, honestly, this one, I have no idea why. The one before, it was an easy fucking fade because the 5 minute isn't sponsored by shit. Higher time frame, we lack higher time frame alignment. This one hurts a bit because it looks so clean. Like, I guess we're topping into this, but hourly, respecting this gap, 15-minute continuation to these low resistance lows. Yeah, this one low-key hurt me a bit, but it is what it is. Um, okay, I'm low-key gonna end it there just because I feel like now I'm gonna be forcing entries. If I do take this, this has been overall a pretty rough month, down 2%. Oh, it's because I took two losses in a row. But regardless, this month has been shit, and also this month has been shit. But I'm learning every day. I feel like I might be skipping on trades. I have no idea, to be honest. Um, in terms of how much we're up on the year, these are not necessarily that good of stats, but um, we live, we learn. Break evens, still kind of shitty. This month wasn't the best so far. I'll catch you guys in a episode tomorrow, most likely. I am feeling a bit more tired now too. and I'm not really trying to force a trade. Goodbye, guys.